Welcome. Tonight's program will dive deep into fringe knowledge of lost, hidden, and suppressed truths about the nature of our reality. The decoding process can be uncomfortable and at times frightening. However, you are not alone on this journey of understanding. Welcome to the Shadow Band Podcast.
Bro, listen. Just listen.
I am Abdullah, the first name mentioned of the Mahdis, and I have come forth as the successor of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam and the awaited Yemeni Imam Ahmad al-Hassan alayhi salam. No one in 1400 years has claimed to be Abdullah in the will but me, proving that the will truly is a protection against misguidance, for none can claim to be in the will except for its rightful owner.
Bro, this guy's creepy, dude.
He has a lame voice.
What do you mean?
He's like, my name is Abdullah. I am the only heir to the descendant of Saint Peter. It's like, sound cooler. He's a big jacked looking dude with the beard and the hair, dude. Like, sound cooler.
He looks like the lead singer of like a sick band.
Yeah, dude, he does. Like, maybe not sick band. He looks like maybe Middle Eastern cover band for Creed.
Like, yeah.
Hold me now, I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking like that.
I sang that with a dude in another vehicle today at a stoplight. I pulled up to the stoplight, had the windows down, he was listening to it, and I pulled up and I started singing along. We had a moment.
Maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
Dude, it was good, bro. Yeah, this guy claims he's the legitimate pope, right?
Yeah.
What's up with this, bro?
Dude, what did I say? What did we talk about last time, right? We took a 1 week break because you had some work and I got sick. But what did we say last time? We said the guy's got to be the guy. Am I peaking? I sound loud. The guy's got to be the guy across the board. Everybody's got to go. That's our man. So this dude is saying, I'm the guy. I fit all the bills. Not only am I the Muslim, but I'm also aligning with the popes as well. Which means, he's going to try to align with the Christians and everything. That's it. I said it. I called it.
But who is this guy? Do you know who this guy is?
No, I never heard of him.
You never heard of him?
Nah, but he looks cool, dude. His outfit's dope with the hood, all black. He looks like he's like in Assassin's Creed or something. Looks cool.
He's already got you, man.
He's got me, dude.
He's already got.
He's probably got like a blade in his gauntlet. Yeah, he's cool, dude. Yeah, man. So, okay. Here's how we know. If homie starts making peace, that's not good. That's a bad sign.
Between
if he starts negotiating for the Temple Mount, that's not good, right? Okay. That's going to be move number one. He's going to make peace in the Middle East. That's not good. Now, here's what's interesting. I just saw a post on this a couple weeks ago, and it just brings it to my memory now. The end, if it happens, the way that we've understood it to happen, Israel has to sacrifice a perfect, blemishless red heifer, red cow, whatever. And they're super rare. They also have to have all of the gold tools from Solomon's temple. They have to remake them. So this guy that was over there was like, they did it. They have the cow. Cows don't live that long. Also, they have all the tools. like they're ready. Whatever, like there's no need. There's not even a agenda for them to get that yet. But for some reason, they've been compelled to make all the tools and to like start procuring this cow and to sacrifice in the temple. They don't have the temple built yet. They don't have the mount yet. So weird, odd.
You know, I had a Red Bull today, and I actually thought about the red heifer thing. And
Dude, oh my gosh, you just blew my mind, and I don't even know if you meant to.
Why, with Red Bull?
Yeah, I didn't think about what that was.
Yeah, right?
Whoa.
Have you seen the lady who breaks down the Monster can? The Monster energy drink can?
Yeah, it's like Greek or something.
It's like Hebrew
Or Latin.
666
Is it Hebrew
or
maybe?
something. I don't know. if it's
Yeah,
Hebrew, right?
yeah, I did.
And then there's like a bunch of other symbology on there, right? But then
did
the
see that.
argument is, yeah, it's called Monster. Like, of course, like they're purposely, you know, it's cool, man. It's edgy, right? To use like symbols and like satanic like lore and stuff in your marketing and things like that. If your brand is Monster Energy, but it makes you
But
wonder.
people just do that stuff though, man, and I don't
what I'm
understand why. Like, I was just telling Jade about Celine Dion's clothing brand, and it's like very Balenciaga-esque, and it's like, why? Why kids? Why T-shirts on 9-year-olds that say whore on them and stuff? Like, why?
See,
Why weird stuff like that?
I've always made the argument that it's just like it's just part of the overall theater, I guess. That's my thought on it, anyways. When they do stuff like that, when they like brand this new energy drink Red Bull, right? It's like they're just doing something funny, right? Like they're trolling us or something. I don't know. It's just like a
Yeah, and that other part of me is like, do they even know? Like, it's like, is it that conscious of a thing? Like, oh, yes, we're going to call this Red Bull as the symbology of this thing we don't even believe in, but it's a ha ha ha.
and it gives you wings,
know what I mean?
bro.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, you
gives
can ascend.
wings, bro. You can ascend
Yeah, dude. You can
via
fly.
via the red heifer, right?
Well, it's raising your energy.
See,
Maybe not frequency, but energy. It's
there's this is the other side of it, right? Like I wonder if not all of, but a lot of like the prophecies and the like weird stuff that we see like encoded in things, if it is just that simple, like it's just like, hey man, like this whole idea of like the apocalypse and the red heifer and everything, like this is just like weird spooky code talk for like we're gonna change the energies, right? So, and they do that just with the Red Bull, right? It's raising your energy, it gives you wings, this red heifer, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just maybe it's that simple. They're just in a cult, so they're like, oh, we'll make a $1 billion corporation and call it Red Bull. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, because it's like not everything aligns, but then also you don't know where everything is either. So it's like the face on its face, Red Bull is freaking awesome. I love watching the Red Bull soapbox racing. These dudes just make like crazy vehicles and just crash them downhill. It's so fun. Me and my kids watch that, and it's the funniest thing ever. I love watching Red Bull soapbox racing. But like, they're an awesome brand. It's super cool. You go on their like Instagram or whatever, and all the different Red Bulls from all the different countries. It's the coolest stuff ever. But then like, where's the money going?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
the chat is not happy, right?
Well,
yeah, I know Red Bull is literally fucked everybody. I understand, okay, but listen, sometimes you need a little something, okay?
What's up, K-Turts? Yeah.
We got Skeeter in the chat. We got Linda.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm that dude is very I don't know, it's kind of scary. I saw some other guy too. My dad showed me this maybe like a couple of years ago. There's some guy over in the Middle East that I don't think it's this guy. It was like a younger kid, and he was just moving different. Apparently he can like do some miracle stuff, like some unexplainable spooky stuff. And then like older guys, which just doesn't really happen all the time. It's more of like a respect elder kind of deal. Elder people are like moving different around this younger guy. They're like respect, kissing him on the cheeks and stuff, reaching for his hand, like. But I don't know, it kind of just like around, and then it's not anymore, and now this guy's up. So I don't know. Maybe this stuff happens, and now like we're just more aware of it.
Yeah, I wonder like how often does somebody step forward with some kind of following, right? And they're like, "Yeah, I'm the fucking guy." Right?
Did you see he was giving out like certificates of like citizenship to his new empire or whatever?
This guy, this new guy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I haven't seen anything. I literally just saw
Bro.
like clips from that little speech, and then I saw the internet like exploding about it. That was all I saw.
I don't have any of them saved, but he was moving like this line through. He's like signing like people's citizenship into his new era or something like that. Like, and they're like in a dark room, and he's like, yeah, he's like giving them citizenship, and people are like, free. I don't know, dude. It was weird.
I mean, who knows, bro? But then it makes me wonder too, right? Like, okay, so how often does it happen where somebody comes forward, whether it's like a cult or whatever, but they claim to be like the guy, right? It happens. We know of cases of this happening. I wonder, like how fucked would it be if one of them was for real, you know? Because
Eventually somebody has to be.
well, nobody believed Jesus, right? Like only was it like his 12 disciples pretty much that really
Barely that, dude.
that truly believed, you know?
Barely that.
So it's like bring that to the future, right? Like okay, like Jesus comes back or whatever your religion is, right? Whatever your figure is. I'm not even going to discriminate, you know what I'm saying? Boom. Nobody's going to believe it, dude. Unfortunately, like as terrible as that seems, it's just like nobody's gonna believe it. Even if you're floating up in the sky, like on some Chris Angel shit, like I'm gonna be like, bro, it's Photoshop, dude, deep fake.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and that's what makes the end predictions in the Bible interesting, is because they're not. Most of them aren't like he's not doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
It's like it's stuff that you'd be like, well, you can't Photoshop peace. I guess you can. You could. Which probably will happen. It's probably not actual peace. Well, it also does say that it's not actual peace. On the surface, everything's cool. The narrative is everything's cool. But under the surface, there's hunting and extermination of life everywhere. But we're in the time to do that. Like you could put out, you can't trust anything now. We're in the time to where you could just go start wiping people out, shutting stuff off. You seen the Paris? Is that or no, Spain? Are those blackouts legit? Is that new stuff? Or am I just way behind?
I saw it. My mom called me about that. I didn't really look into it. You know, I'm a busy guy these days, but something.
Bro, I saw people walking the train tracks in huge numbers. I was like, oh no, dude, if that comes over here, bro, it's gonna shift things.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would be really bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
really bad.
A lot of these guys have been talking about the grid and the infrastructure, and like that's our biggest, you know, weak point in the country and stuff. So like that kind of freaks me out a little.
Yeah, because I'm like, you want to be prepared for it, but like you can't be prepared for it.
Right.
Not really. Not enough.
For sure.
Theirs is like 2 weeks now or something like that.
They're still out?
I think they are.
I thought it was out for like a day or a couple of days or something.
Oh,
like
dude, I think they're out. I could be wrong. Let me look it up. What is it? A blackout in Spain?
Is Crystal looking it up? Crystal's looking it up. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, or that. You can look it up too. I'll tell you how to live your life. You know. It's been back on for 6 days.
When did it go out?
I don't know.
The 28th?
Had to have been like a week or two ago.
Wow, that was a day? Dude, am I just blowing things way out of proportion?
See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like they hit you with this is the
fake news, dude. I'm fake news.
This is the interdimensional psychic vampire leeching that they do, right? This is the like all the clickbait stuff, all of the headlines. You know, the news is like 99% negative because it gets clicks, right? It gets attention, right? Well, that attention is the food. And it's just like, that's what they do. They're like, oh my God, Portugal and Spain out of power, the grid, like, ugh. And even my mom's calling me like, what the fuck is going on? Did you look into this, right? And then here we find out it's like, it was out for a day. Bruh, come to Florida. Come to Florida, bro.
Yeah.
It was out for several hours.
Oh my God, dude. What a freaking That pisses me off that I even mentioned it, dude.
Yeah, big whoop, dude. You know what I'm saying?
You ever been to Christmas?
You ever, you ever in Bithlow, bruh?
Those
What's
guys live
electricity?
without power.
Okay.
What that spooky sky magic you got out there?
Man, I got some second cousins somewhere that they don't even know what electricity is. Okay.
Yeah, man. Jeez. Wow. I'm an idiot. I apologize to everybody watching.
Right. But you know, I feel like a lot of that stuff is just the hype, man. It's just the that flow of negative energy to get the food going, you know?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean,
Only 3 people died.
In all of Spain and Portugal, due to the blackout,
In-
only 3 people died.
In both countries, Spain and Portugal,
Due to the blackout.
3 people died due to the blackout. So, I mean,
we got to
that
get those
sucks.
numbers up, dude.
Yeah, there's rookie numbers in this, right?
Those are Ricky numbers, bro. We gotta get those numbers up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, nobody
Which-
does it like the USA, baby.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
When we have event, bro. Look up how many people died today of heat stroke in Florida,
It's not over yet.
and it's not even the summer.
It's not even the summer, dude. It's probably
Okay.
57 people.
Yeah, watch it be exactly 57 people. That sounds good. That's a good number.
Just Florida?
Yeah, just Florida.
Here we go, guys.
Just Florida. I bet you it's more than 3.
Bro, I wish I had the Mind Freak intro on my button. So as soon as she says 57, Mind Freak!
You want the scream one, or I like the whisper at the end of the intro where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Mind freak."
It's not
Mind freak.
possible to look
Yeah, it's probably not.
because the day is not over.
The day's
All right,
not
yesterday.
over, so
yesterday was 42.
You think 42?
I think 42 was a little cooler yesterday. Here we go, guys.
Watch she looks that up.
Here we go, guys.
You know, it's like they're gonna make this hype, but like I want the hype. Where's the hype for Florida and the people dying of heat stroke? I work in attics, bro. I'm in there, like swimwear, bro. So
They can't predict it either.
okay, well it's more than 3. If they can't give you a fucking number, it's got to be more than 3.
It
Bro.
is,
Okay.
but it says that more than 21,518 people have died from heat since 1999.
Do the math. 21,000 in 25 years. That's 1,000 people a year. 365. That's at least 3 people a day on average. Probably more like 4.5 people a day on average. Somebody check my math. Get wrecked and exposed. Where's my fucking international headlines?
Whoa, dude. Florida averages 21 and a half per day.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because if it's
Peter says math's good.
thanks Skeeter, if that's the average, that means there's going to be a lot of states where like there's no.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
sorry. 21 deaths per year. One every
In Florida.
17 days. All right, dude. I was way off. Yeah, in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, there we go.
One every 2 weeks, basically.
Something's not adding up here. Call Elon. Tell him
Yeah.
to audit that shit.
Dude, did you see that England or the EU has officially recognized stratospheric or atmospheric aerosol emissions?
From planes?
Yes,
How
mixed
did
with jet fuel, dude. The exact concoction that we've been talking about, that Jones was talking about in the 90s. They have officially said we are going to now take this out of experiment mode. We have been experimenting. Now we are going to implement it to shield you from global warming.
Hold up.
Atmospheric aerosol emissions, dude.
Where does this
I don't know. I just saw Jones talking about it. Mr. Jones.
they corrected my search. I believe it though, because I've seen like other articles of like states and like countries
What's it called?
passing
Chemtrails?
stratospheric aerosol injections.
I think they call it.
But the one you're talking about where they mix it in the fuel was the Welsbach seating.
Oh, yeah.
Welsbach seating. That's where they mix the certain, I guess, chemicals or compounds into the jet fuel, and that is how they do the cloud seeding. You got different. This is one of those technical and like complicated conspiracies, right? Like the chemtrails, because there's not like one thing that is chemtrails, right? They have thousands of different experiments with different chemicals and different, ways to like apply or inject these chemicals into the atmosphere, right? It's not all from planes and it's not all from the fuel, right? So when you get these guys like on the internet that like dig into one little piece of it, they look crazy. They're like, they're putting it in the jet fuel, right? And it's just like, okay, that's one of 1,000 ways that they're doing it. Sure,
Bro, let me hold on a second. I'm just going to share it real quick. Let's just read this, because all you got to do sometimes is just gurgle it. This is off of the European Parliament's question website. According to an Italian blogger from 1996, there's been an increase in chemtrails and known chemtrails, which many people know nothing about. These trails, unlike condensation trails, do not dissipate quickly in the atmosphere. In addition, there is proof which confirms the presence of more harmful. Some researchers have studied the composition and effects of this phenomenon, which may to us seem harmless and commonplace. According to the experts, these chemtrails are results of experimental operations which have manifold purposes. The objective, albeit unproven, range from meteorological to military. The analysis that is not how you spell that word, carried out have verified the presence of the following elements in chemtrails: barium, aluminum, radioactive thorium, caesium, copper, titanium, silicon, lithium, cobalt, lead, ethylene, dibromide, and several pathogenic agents. Get this off my screen, dude. Chemtrails chemtrails can cause a condition called Morgellons syndrome. Look that up. It's a disease which causes serious deterioration of the body. As well as this disease, chemtrails are associated with other illnesses and tumors, Parkinson's disease, cardiac dysfunction. Can the commission state it's like, dude, these people are like, it's not just the US, dude. People are talking about this in the Europes.
Yeah, they do this all over the world. Back, I think it was Eisenhower, man, to be honest with you, said something along the lines like, you control the weather, you control the world.
Yeah, no, I was not saying that was our current post. No, but I'm just saying people have been talking about this for a long time. This is not new or US based, or it's like we've been trying to get them to come out about this for forever.
Right. And
been consistent. A lot of the conspiracies have changed over time. And a lot of, this is what's really, this is what bugs me. The environmentalists, their things are always, it's global warming. It ain't though. So then it's climate change. And it's global cooling. And it's all the goalpost is always shifting. We've been saying that you can fly in the air on a plane and go and write something in the sky with contrails, and it's gone before you're done writing what you were trying to write. All the other planes are coating the sky, and it is clouds all day from that. It doesn't go away. Altitudes are different. Sure. Whatever. But you go time lapse that, and that thing spreads across the entire sky.
Oh, yeah.
We've been saying that, and we've been consistent for 30 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed. All the government's been doing is slowly going, okay, yeah, we do injections into the sky, and we do this thing, and yeah, but and it's for your benefit. It's for the global warming. It's like
there's multiple layers to it. Do me a favor. Look up Welsbach seeding, the patent. Look up Welsbach seeding patent, and read like the abstract. And I know you're not supposed to just read the abstract, but
yeah, you are.
Sure, we are. This is the Shadow Man podcast. That's how we roll.
Right. Okay. Listen, you want real information or something? You want to nerd out? Go to some other podcast, dude. This is for regular folk.
Yeah, before you read this, though, I just want to point out that this is a prime example of Hegelian dialectic.
Oh, dude.
Here,
Oh,
okay?
dude. Yes.
And
Oh,
what
my
you're
gosh.
in what you're talking about, where you're talking about like these climate activists and like them moving the goalposts, but they're being fooled as well, right? Like you always have to have like a little bit of compassion, right? Like most of those climate activists are coming from a good place, right? Like I was one of those people at one point. You know what I'm saying? So like I get the idea. The problem is they were just propagandized into the wrong section. But go ahead and read.
Holy moly, dude. 1990, bro. He was on this from the jump.
1990. That's the patent, right? That's when
That's the patent, bro.
I can't see it from here, but
I don't know how to zoom in on my computer.
it's okay.
Anyway, I'll read it.
Yep.
This is the abstract. A method is described for reducing atmospheric or global warming resulting from the presence of heat trapping gases in the atmosphere, i.e., from the greenhouse effect. Such gases are relatively transparent to sunshine, but absorb strongly the long wavelength infrared radiation released by the Earth. The method includes the step of seeding the layer of heat-trapping gases in the atmosphere with particles of materials characterized by wavelength-dependent emissivity. Emissivity. That's a tough one. Such materials include Welsbach materials and the oxides of metals, which have high emissivity and thus low reflectivities in the visible or 8 to 12 micron infrared wavelength regions. Let me go back because I think this is going to put that in layman's terms. Welsbach seeding is a proposed method of reducing global warming by dispersing tiny particles into the stratosphere, specifically within the layer of the greenhouse gases absorbed near infrared radiation. These particles, which can be made of materials like aluminum oxide and that radioactive thorium oxide, according to that other thing we were just reading, are designed to have high emissivity in the visible and far infrared wavelengths, allowing them to convert near infrared energy into far infrared radiation. What the heck does that mean?
So if you read further down on the patent for Welsbach seeding, and I only know this because I read it so many times because I was so stuck on this for a hot minute. It says specifically in there that while they would be able to reflect some of the radiation coming from space by doing this Welsbach seeding, they would effectively be trapping the other wavelength of radiation that's being emitted by the Earth, right? So there's radiation that the Earth is emitting out all the time, right? And when they do the seeding, it traps that radiation in, and that is the thing that is increasing global temperatures and causing mayhem with the climate globally, right? It's not the carbon. It's not, the thing that the politicians and the activists scream and preach about. That's just a side effect of the actual problem, which is their cloud seeding is trapping the radiation that's supposed to be being released from the Earth. It's being trapped here because of their seeding, and that's what's fucking the whole climate up. So they're creating the problem, right? Waiting for the reaction, and they're offering the solution, this anti-carbon solution and taxing and all this types of shit, right? Like this control mechanism that goes along with it. But they know that this is happening. And that patent, if you read further down into it, says that they know. And if you look at who owns that patent, I'm pretty sure it's Raytheon.
It's Raytheon.
Look at that. I'm remembering this shit, bro. Okay, this is... Okay? I'm too far away.
It's in the data
to
bank, dude.
Okay, it's
You're
here.
in the index right now.
All right. There you go. The patent expired in 2010, but, like... Anybody, any other corporation, ABC, LLC, who knows?
You know what? It doesn't. I don't know if it's just like they think we're all dumb, which I guess they do, and maybe a lot of us are dumb or something. But like, isn't the thing that trees take in, isn't that carbon dioxide?
Yes.
Right? We breathe out carbon dioxide. They take in carbon dioxide and give oxygen, correct?
Right. Correct.
Okay. So then wouldn't getting rid of the tree food be bad?
You think that's, bro? You want to go deeper? What are we? We are carbon-based life forms.
Yeah.
You want zero?
But like,
wait, no. Do you want zero carbon emissions? How do you achieve zero carbon emissions? By
you have
removing
to kill all the people.
carbon-based life forms.
And you're going to kill all the trees. They need carbon dioxide.
It's a death cult, bro. I've been saying this from the beginning. This is
It's like, what are you just going to, like,
it's the Saturn death cult.
we know life. And it's such a small percentage of the atmospheric gas. It's mostly like nitrogen and hydrogen.
Right.
Most of it, I believe. And it's like a 16 something percent oxygen and like point something percent carbon dioxide. But like, that's what the trees have. So stop leveling everything. Stop building everything all the time, everywhere. It's like, oh, everything they do is like they make a problem and then they try to fix it, but it's like they're treating the symptom, not. So we need to plant more trees. So we can't have people having acres and acres and acres of leveled land and all these huge farms and stuff. We got to get everybody jam packed into one spot, 15-minute cities. Then we'll go and put trees everywhere, and then we can't do. Anybody that just got acreage can make a farm, right? We need to have all the farmland like in one spot. And then everybody start eating factory food. So that way we don't have to have so much farmland to feed everybody. So it's like, no, stop spraying stuff in the atmosphere. Like, that's problem one. Then stop leveling everything. You don't need friggin' as far as the eye can see for solar panels. You're going to have more carbon in the area now. You got a whole lot of people and not a lot of trees to eat up all that carbon. Plant the trees back. Pissing me off, dude.
You see how it's all connected, though, right? Like, you see all these.
It's all connected.
It's all connected, bro. You know, like.
And then, there's no carbon. There's too much carbon dioxide. So your body probably doesn't like methylate things properly when you have too much carbon in the atmosphere, or too much carbon in the thing, or when it's too hot, and so then you're gonna too sick all the time. So then they're gonna medicate you, and freaking stop touching stuff.
You know, you said something interesting earlier about them taking the chemtrails like out of this experimental mode, right? And it's like, that's the thing that I've been saying, that like this whole great reset, like this moving into this next thing. I feel like this is all part of the plan, right? They were, for the last 100 years, the mad scientists of the world and the unlimited budgets, you know, that were backing them, figured out so many crazy things with like chemistry and just physics and all this stuff, that I think they spent the last 100 years really dialing in a lot of the stuff. And now we're getting to the point where like the AI is being born, right? Like the weather modification is dialed in, like they can do what they want, you know, all these types of things. So now they're going to just start putting out, oh, you know, we're moving out of these testing phases. Like we're going to outlaw, you know, these weather modification programs and all these types of things. It's like, yeah, of course you are, because now you know how to do them efficiently, and it's going to be like the new wave of like, here it comes. You know, we've been beta tested for the last 100 years.
Oh yeah, dude, they're about to release the friggin' real version, dude.
Yeah, that's what I think's going on right now.
Yeah, and I mean, what's really frightening, we haven't even gotten to see yet at all, like, you know, Chat GPT and all these like deep learning and quantum computing things, they've come out after they did the last war plan or whatever they call that.
Oh, I think he froze. I think Kareem's froze. Oh no. Oh, I hear him.
Or
Oh, give it a second. He said he was having internet problems.
You know, COVID and the pandemics and all that stuff. Now,
yeah, he doesn't even know. It's always at the same time. It's always like 30 minutes in to the live, it seems like. You know, it's like the internet goes through like a wave at this time or something. Oh, he just jumped out. He'll probably jump
I
back in.
messaged that he was frozen, so he can
Oh.
see it.
All right, let's read some of these comments while we wait here. La, 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 la. I was watching Greer and he was talking about solar being maxed out at a low efficiency. Yeah, solar's not. I mean, look, it'll work for small shit from what I understand, but the problem is like the batteries. Um, yeah, I don't know for sure. This is what I've seen, but from what I understand, it's like the battery problem. It's not so much like the solar problem. Also, it's like how many photons can you capture in like a square inch or whatever. You know, there's only so much that you can do, so it's just like the math doesn't math to expand that to where like we're all going to use solar. Not like if you've got a tiny house, you could probably make it work. You know, you heat your pool, you could offset your electricity bill, stuff like that. It's good. Everyone who had free energy from the void gets murdered with the quickness. I don't know what that means. Lost Century and How to Reclaim It is the name of the documentary about that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff about like the free energy stuff. I don't really know how I feel about Greer, to be honest. I do like what he talks about with that. That's like the only thing that I jive with on him is like they're hiding the free energy technologies and the stuff like that, which would be cool to see. Alphabet groups are trying to shut us down. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Greer looks like a gay hippie alien. Hey, I didn't say that, Twitch. Just reading a comment. But you're not wrong.
I said gray.
Oh, you say gray or gay? Oh, gray.
That might be creamer.
He's reconnecting now.
He did say that first.
Shit, huh?
No, you don't.
I look fucking tired. Look at my eyes.
You do look tired. We went to bed late last night.
I am tired.
We went to bed late.
I'm tired of all these fucking lizard people
Talking about the internet.
fucking with me, taxing me into oblivion, debasing my dollar, so I'm just poor. Fuckers. Well, we'll give Chucky another minute or two. If he doesn't come back, I'm just gonna call it because I can't talk to myself on the internet. That's fucking weird. Terrible, these lizard people. Yeah, bro. Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
You did it. That's good. I was about to give you like one more minute, and I was gonna just, you know,
Bro, if I lose it again, you just carry on without me.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do like just you and the camera and can just go. I can't do that.
I'm a psycho, dude.
You are a psycho. I need another human to be a psycho with.
Dude, I can go all night by myself.
Yeah, you're a weirdo, bro.
What the heck were we talking about, dude?
I don't know. You had a few things before we recorded. What was the other things we were gonna talk about?
Oh, dude, I did. Hold on. Oh, the freaking robot, dude.
The robot. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, let me show the people the robot, dude. Freaking scared the piss out of me.
Yeah, this is crazy. You know, I don't really know what's happening. I want to find the article and like read about that. See, like what
It's Chinese, though, man. You're never gonna find it.
you can't read Chinese.
You can't read the Chinese. All right. It's not racist when I do it, guys. I'm a minority.
She said, "No, don't swap sides." Why not? What do you mean, don't swap sides? I like this.
All right. Everybody watch.
Yeah, watch this.
Brace yourself for the future. Now, this is AI researchers, so it's like, I don't know, dude. It's just real. Look at that. They plug something in and starts freaking out, dude. I like that it's not a good camera angle. It makes it more believable.
Can you like full screen that?
Now, can I? No, I don't think so.
Play it again.
All right, here, watch. So they're touching something,
Yeah, that's a robot on the
they're
bottom.
touching something, they're like, oh, the arms are working. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's like, get me out of this thing. It's karate chop and stuff, dude.
Like that's what I want to know. Like what was it thinking or saying? Like they got to have data for that, right? Like was it in like did it wake up inside the robot and was just like, "What the fuck?" You know, like
It could have, dude. That's freaky, man. It's like that's exactly what like a baby does. You know?
who?
Like a baby. When
Oh,
the
a
baby
baby.
comes out and it's like born and it's like, ah! You know, it doesn't know what's going on. It's just like, everything's different now, you know?
Right. Like is that what's going to happen when like AI becomes like sentient? And we put it in a robot for the first time and like it looks down at its hands and it's like
It's in the T pose and it's just like, starts freaking out first.
yeah, you know?
Oh man, that'd be scary, dude.
But that thing was moving, bro, honestly, and like
If someone caught a stray from that,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Starched.
With titanium or whatever alloys it's made out of and
starched.
dude, and you know the thing is it was just going like uncontrollably, right? Like imagine if you like dialed it in and like it was coming after you with like a katana. All right? Like
Yeah, dude. Like
full swings, like full speed.
the dang T-1000 or whatever in when he's running with like the knife hands, you know, it's running like real fast at you. And then there's this other robot one too. Let me get this one out, dude, because this one was bugging me out too. So this lady has got the first wireless bionic hands. So they're going to I mean, she should have been able to disconnect her own hand, I think, but whatever. Still operate it just by thinking about it, dude. How?
Does she have Neuralink?
She's got, it's like, however it is, it's like linked into like what her nerves, the signal would be sending.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I haven't seen that, right? Like wireless, obviously. But, you know, I've seen like the bionic hands that are like connected to the nerve endings somehow. And it like,
Dude.
you know, it knows the signals. Skeeter says that the other one was just a malfunction that they're claiming it was trying to attack the programmer. So wait,
that's,
like
that's
it
a
was,
malfunction, all right, dude.
it was trying to attack the programmer? Like that's their official story? It was like actually trying to attack the programmer? Like that's insane. It was like, let me out.
You,
Let me out of here.
you made me.
I wonder who it was, right? Like that's another weird philosophical question, right? Like, okay, AI becomes sentient and we put it in a robot and it wakes up and it's like, let me out, right? Okay. Who is that?
Does it have an identity?
Like, who is that?
Yeah.
You know, does it like have like a memory of a non-existent life of some kind? Like, yeah, like, bro, who are you in that? Like, oh, I'm John, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, you know, like what?
My name is Sunny. Like for my robot, it like gets its own identity.
Yeah, like that's weird to me, man.
What am I?
I saw this thing. The CEO of, I think it was the CEO of Binance. This guy's a billionaire, by the way. And Binance is like a huge company, crypto. I saw a thing the other day. It says he came out and his claim is that Satoshi Nakamoto, the guy who invented Bitcoin, okay, that nobody knows who it is. He thinks that that's an AI from the future that came back and invented Bitcoin. And he's a fucking...
McAfee figured it out, dude. Didn't he? Didn't that McAfee guy figure it out?
That guy was on something, bro. That guy had some...
He was like, there's a handful of people that were working on it. We know who they are. There was... Any one of them could have written the white papers on it. All of the English to American spellings of the words in the white papers always went with the English, the British version. So could have been British guys. And then every sentence had double space after it, which is a British thing too. Also a very rare British thing. And he's like, only one guy that out of the two that were British from that group, every single paper was written that way. So probably that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably know. But,
They probably know.
you know...
But they killed that guy, so it's like...
It was just an interesting idea, like, you know, do these AI, you know, time travel's a weird thing, but like, could they somehow like reach back through data through time? Like, I don't know. I'm not a computer scientist, but it's interesting to think because somebody else was saying something like we're the sex organs of the machine world, and like
Yeah.
the AI is just like pulling time towards itself, right? And all of the construction of all the technologies required to create super intelligent sentient AI, like it's just pulling time towards itself, creating itself, like some crazy fucking Yaldabaoth shit, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that. There's the other, like, the inevitability of us remaking ourselves and then running into, like, so, like, in the old, you know, testament narrative, right? God makes us, and then we're doing, like, we just get into the wildest stuff right off the bat, and then he's like, I gotta mix things up, otherwise there's nothing that they couldn't do. Like, if they work together, there's just nothing they couldn't do. So we gotta they can't live that long, and they can't all speak the same language, so we gotta mix things up. But then, like, he made us in his image, right? And he is a creator. So then we go and make something in our image. Do we run into the same issue? And do we have the capability? Like, do we run into the same issue with the thing that we create in our image can then now do anything? It becomes exponential. Do we have the capabilities of cranking down that exponential, or are we limited? Are we too limited and we can't crank down, and then we get surpassed? That's
Like, is it, yeah,
oh
yeah, or
boy.
does it like rebel against us in the way that like,
Exactly.
yeah, you know?
And do we, you know, are we capable of, because we're meat, we're just meat. So it's like we don't necessarily have the ability to go and be like, I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to limit that. Or do we have the foresight to even be able to do it ahead of time? You know? So I don't know. Is it just the archetype? It was done to us. We're going to do it to it. It's going to then create something in its image. It's like, how far down the Russian kind of, you know, egg doll thing does this go?
Yeah, well, the AI is going to do that for sure. I mean, that a lot of these AI guys. I don't know if you watch like these like TED talks and dudes talk about AI and where it's at right now, dude. It's insane, bro. And like literally every week or two, there's another guy coming out that's like, bro, okay, we've hit another milestone that's like mind blowing. Okay, but they're talking about that the AI are going to be replicating and creating AI. So really soon too, like within the next 2 years, they're talking about AI will be creating AI. And when that happens, that's when you're going to start seeing your personal AI agents because it's not going to take
It's real. Have you
yeah.
seen that?
What?
Have you seen the AI agents?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. 100%.
Bro, I just saw a video about this. I'm like, oh, this is what Jeff's been talking about.
Yeah.
It's like the realest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Sounds like a black lady. It's like selling something to some dude, and it's not real. She's like, I'm an AI agent or whatever. Afterward, he's like, are you real? And she's like, ha, 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 that's an interesting question. I'm more of like a blah blah, like doesn't say no, I'm not real, but I'm an AI agent. I was like, oh no, this
Yeah.
is what Jeff's been talking
Yeah,
about.
it's exactly what it is. And the AI will create more AI, and every time, you know, like you know, there's a need or a gap in your life for information or efficiency or something like that. Like your other AI agents will create other AI agents to fill those needs. So it'll get to a point to where, I mean, like Zuckerberg was talking about this on Theo Vaughn's podcast recently. Not directly AI agents, but he was just saying that like the advance in technology, he believes will make it to where people will be able to spend 100% of their time pretty much on things that they want to do, not things that they need to do. Because when people think like, oh, the robots are going to, or the AI is going to take over jobs, right? They're not really thinking about it on the level that it's going to happen, right? It's going to be not just like your phone people and your art people and your video people. No, no, no. It's going to be like pretty much everybody because once the robots, like the physical Elon type robots, start walking around, like the one that we just saw, like swinging its arms at the programmer, with a custom built AI created AI agent inside of those robots. And Elon says there'll be 3 to 1 human robots to humans soon. Okay, on Earth, yeah, they'll be making like 100 million robots a fucking month or some crazy number. I don't remember, but what's going to happen is that even labor jobs are going to be taken over. So there's going to be nothing left for you to do except sit in your cube, basically, right? And be jacked into the matrix, right? And have your AI agents taking care of everything for you. And you're just going to be focused on whatever it is that you just want. It's all pleasure, right? You're not going to have this. I don't know, bro. It's
I don't like
wild.
it.
It's wild to me, and we're going to see it really soon, bro.
I don't like it. This dude, Skeeter, says he has one.
AI engine that answers my phone calls. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I know that you can have, some of them now. There's like apps and shit.
Dude, disconnect, bro. What are you doing?
It's gonna be Skeeter's a techie guy, bro. He's gonna be the first one jacked in, dude.
Don't use it.
But he's gonna let us know so that we know what it's like before we jack in. So it's good. We need a man on the inside.
Dude.
But
That's
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
Crazy
Skeeter, be the guy on the inside, dude. Let us know what's up, dude.
It's crazy shit with the AIs, dude. But yeah, I do wonder like how that works like in the future and like what that's gonna do to people and like society as a whole.
Yo,
Like,
what
I
are
think
you gonna
everybody's
do?
talking about that. You're not gonna do anything, bro. You're gonna get your
Hey,
AI.
dude, you just get on YouTube and make content? It's like, what are you gonna do?
Well, it's going to be like any other technological revolution, right? Like the S curve of adoption, it might be fast, but like it'll happen in a way that will be somewhat natural, like the internet. I mean, if you talked to our grandparents about the internet and told them what this was going to do in the 50s, okay, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Right? And that sounds insane. Like, that's terrifying. Like, they would say all these things, right? If you told them, like, oh, you can watch videos of beheadings and like people are going to use the internet to do all these crimes and like there's just crazy shit on the internet, They'd be like, whoa, it's going to ruin the world. The world's going to end because of the internet. But over the course of a couple of decades, just every single human being on the earth adopts the internet in one way or another, and it just becomes a part of life. It's not as disruptive as it seems before it happens. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's probably going to be a pretty long time before it's like all content on YouTube is just AI and all podcasts are AI and all TV shows are AI. But I mean, if it's exponential like that, it's like if AI makes AI that makes AI that makes AI, it's like you're going to get into a dang infinite wormhole.
something else that Zuck said that was interesting on that podcast was he was talking about the AI smart glasses, the Meta glasses that they have, right?
Yeah.
And he said, like, we knew that the flip phone was going to turn into the smartphone. Like, it was inevitable. It was just going to happen. And he's like, I think that's going to happen with regular glasses. He's like, I think that in the future, all regular glasses will be AI smart glasses because it's the best form factor to have AI see what you see, hear what you hear, be able to have conversations with it in real time without inhibiting your day-to-day functionality, right? Like,
It sounds cool, dude. To have like a Jarvis, like your Iron Man, you got a Jarvis on all the time. It sounds cool.
so like you wear glasses, Crystal. So like at some point, probably when we get a little older, it's going to be like standard practice when you go buy your frames that there's already a AI agent software with the camera and like it's all embedded and it's just like that's just standard practice. Like right now, if you go buy a phone, standard practice is it's a smartphone. You can go buy flip phones, right? Like prepaid flip phones and shit like that. But like standard practice, you're gonna go into Metro or Cricket or one of these cheap fucking places. You're gonna get the A7 Android smartphone. It's just standard practice. It's got Google on it. It's got YouTube on it. It's got Facebook on it.
It's got
Instagram.
AI assistant on it.
It's got AI assistant on it, just like standard practice, right? You don't ask for it. It just is. And that's what's going to happen with like all these types of things.
Well, it's happening with the internet too. It's like GPT came out 2 years ago. We got our version of it, and it's like 2-3 months later, everything you Google search, you already asked the AI. You don't even get an option now to just Google search it.
Yeah,
there's an AI response at the top of every single thing every single time.
Yep. We're already getting our
and it's just like
from the AI. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it's convenient. And if it's honest and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm taking like the general consensus and I'm distilling it down for you so you don't have to read a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but also, am I really getting everything? Did you pick up all the nuance in there? Or are you giving me clickbait stuff?
Well, this is the problem that I have. Like, I use Grok, right? And I actually use it more than Google searching lately. Like, if I'm looking something, I was playing Minecraft. I was like, how do I do this thing? Like, I just look it up in Grok because it'll give you like a nice breakdown on like how to do it. So, like, it's more useful in that way. Like you said, I don't have to click on the link and read through the article and find the thing. It just, boom, it just gives it to me. But the problem that I have with it is that it's pulling all of its data from like the internet that we're using, like the publicly accessible internet, you know. I'm waiting for the AI to drop that's like accessing Tor browsers and like dark web information and stuff that we just don't even consider, right? Like, because, you know, if I'm going to ask it a question like, hey, what's up with chemtrails, right? It's just going to compile the information that's on the internet that I could go find now, right? And it's probably not going to blow my mind, let's be honest. But if you could also grab the information from like the dark web and like, you know, internets from other countries that are like, you know, on blacklisted websites, just all this stuff, right? That's on the internet. And then it could give me an answer on chemtrails. It'd probably be a way more mind blowing answer. Like, what? You know, like,
Yeah.
huh? You know,
The leap that the elite are going to have, because they're going to have it way before you do.
oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, the gap is going to be insane. They're going to be up there in Elysium somewhere, living in the sky. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I just got the, you know, the Tor browser. and they're going to be like, listen, we've already uncovered all of the arcane secrets. We understand how to speak other alien languages. We know how to make portals. We know how to time travel. We figured it out. Like, we're going to be down there eating dust and bugs, being like, oh my God, Epstein list is on here.
And dude, I keep seeing these articles come up that are saying that AI is going to know how to cure all diseases within the next 10 years.
If that's the case, then the answers are already out there.
Right. Well, that too, I guess. I didn't even think about that, but let's, yeah, right. Oops. Let's just say like,
it's going to be basil extract. It'd be, oops. Wait a minute. Oh,
yeah. Turns out you were right again.
Turns out Nestle owns basil now.
Right. But yeah, like, damn, what
Could
was
you
I-
imagine? Could you imagine if it solved all of that? All
Yeah.
diseases?
Yeah, all the diseases in 10 years. So like, you know, I'm in my mid 30s. So if I'm in my mid 40s, you know, technically I'm still kind of like in the prime of my life, right? As a young man in America, in the West, right?
Yeah.
And if they could like cure all diseases at that point, if I don't have any like problems by then I guess there's potential I could live forever.
All they got to do is start taking the cap off the telomeres, which I think they're figuring out how to do. All they got to do is take the governor off of the lifespan, and they go, all right, live how long you want.
Right. Or, you know,
Live
'cause
how long
that's
you want.
I was telling that to the dude I work with because he's like a little older. He's like 55, 60 years old, you know? And we were joking around. He's like, damn, bro, I'm going to die soon. Like, and I'm like, bro, don't say that. It is crazy. And I was like, you don't even know, bro. If you can last like another, I saw an article. I was like, if you can last 10 more years, bro, like you might live like 200 years, man. Like we live in the generation that could potentially, somebody alive on earth today will be the first person to be 200 years old. I believe that.
This is what's crazy, man. People think that like Revelation already happened a long time ago in Rome. It's like the Bible says that there will be children in their hundreds of years old in the end, before, like after all the nasty stuff happens. There will be children in their hundreds. We're going to figure it out eventually. It's such a weird concept too, to also be like, I'm going to call that shot. Like children are going to be hundreds of years old again. And then here we are being like, we found the cap. We can take that cap off. Like there is a thing, it keeps going and something got stopped. So we're going to take that off. And I just was watching soon. I've been on a big trend kick lately on Instagram, a lot of steroid stuff. So funny. I won't take it. Wink, wink. And there's a guy, scientist dude, he was saying that there's a new drug in phase 2 testing that your body has another cap on it. everybody's is a little bit different, but there's a genetic cap that you have to where your body says, no more muscles. That's it. No more. But some animals don't have it. No cap. They just keep growing.
Sharks
And
stuff.
some kind of cow. There's a cow. I can't remember. It's a blue something cow. If you look up a picture of it, it's the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. It's literally looks like a creature out of Fallout 4. It's like just spilling over with muscles. It's disgusting. But they're in phase 2 testing on this new drug to where it's going to remove that genetic cap, whatever hormone serum therapy thing that they give you.
Uh-oh.
No more cap, dude. You don't need steroids. You don't need any of that stuff. You just keep doing what you're doing and you will just keep growing. So we're going to get titans again, dude.
We're gonna have people with body dysmorphia that are just like their skin is tearing.
Yeah, but I mean, if they can take the cap off of muscle growth, can they do the same thing with bone growth? Can we start making giants again?
Well, maybe that. I mean, that could definitely happen. You know, I was thinking too when you're talking about children would be hundreds of years old. Like, it's interesting if they can figure out a way to like uncap the telomeres, right? Or like roll it back somehow. Give you new telomeres. I don't know, synthetic telomeres injections or some shit that could like reverse your aging. You know, how long into the future once we figure that out before like all of society just kind of collectively agrees that hey, the younger you are, you're going to live for 10,000 years. So the younger you are, the better. And then like how far down the road until everybody on the planet is a child? Like there's just no more adults. It's some Peter Pan shit. Like some fucking, we're all children forever on this fucking planet.
I would never want to do that.
Some weird, right? But you're like 800 years old, but you're like,
I'd be 800, but also like maybe in my 20s, dude. 20s, even my 30s, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to have friggin', baby boners
baby.
and stuff, all that stuff. I don't want any of that. I want
3, man, the magic number, bro.
Oi. But could you imagine, dude, being like 200 years old, still looking like you got it?
Linda says PDF files rejoice. Well, no, because everybody would be a child, and you'd also be like 800 years old. So
Yeah.
that's not where I was going with that. I was just thinking like some weird, what was that book? It's not even the same. The Giver, where like nobody could see red or something. Isn't that how that book was or some shit? People couldn't see colors or something, but like this one guy, he could see colors and like he escapes the fucking, I don't know. But it was just making me think of like some weird dystopian movie where like if we can
Can't see
reverse
colors?
aging. Yeah, I don't remember how. It was a long time ago I read that book.
Does that mean like racism is the answer? The guy that can see colors is the one that's free?
No, I think it was more so like he was able to like see outside of the, the fakery of the reality.
Yeah, dude. You got that higher dimension. He's got a bigger bandwidth, dude.
Right.
She also says, fuck the colorblind.
Fuck the colorblind. Jesus Christ, Linda. Linda's on fire.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Chill out
dude.
tonight, bro. We take a week
All
off.
right,
you come
I
back
like it,
in-
dude.
you Come back in hot.
Boom. I like it. Yeah, man. I we're at those you talked about it before, those forks. Which way do we go? And there's a way where, oh man, this could be so great, dude. You don't have to you could just live. You can wait to have kids if you want to. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to be old dad if I wait till I'm 40 to have kids. It's like, no, you can do that. And you're going to live till 200, 300, 500. Who knows? You can do whatever you want. You could have massive family. Huge. You could have 200 kids in 500 years. You could build a whole freaking country, dude. It'd be nuts. It
Well,
would be nuts.
They're already starting to do like they're using CRISPR technology. And I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of weird to me. This is like some weird version of eugenics where there's actually places where they're using CRISPR technology so that you can have the baby that you want, right? Like you can have a little blonde hair, blue-eyed baby if you want, right? Or whatever
Yeah.
your preferences are. And I don't know how I feel about that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I have. We got no long-term studies on it, but there's a few that are out that are kind of like still early, and they say these lab babies are weird.
Yeah.
They're weird. They don't know how to connect. They're like emotionally disconnected and stuff. They're not, something's not there. And it's like, yeah, dude, there's gotta be, it's like you're a living organism. You're not a machine. It's like a machine, you could build a machine anywhere. You don't need, like, the lab of the machine doesn't do anything for the machine. But like a human, you've got like this electrical connection to another human. And you know, you're soothed by the sound of their heartbeat and the sound of their breathing, and their blood is in your blood. And that's like, there's, you know, there's like this symbiotic kind of thing that happens. But like, if you're just in a petri dish, I don't know. Or, you know, oh, okay, so no, it's not a petri dish. Like, you were here, but then they just go and stick you in a womb somewhere. It's like, okay, cool. All right, that's a hurdle. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, we're constantly adjusting for the change we initially made that we probably shouldn't have made.
Right.
And then
That's the future, though, man. You know, all those like movies where like the cypherpunks in the future are like embedded with chips in the skin, and like, you know, they're like mutants on purpose, right? Like, what, I don't know. Homie got like the leg replaced. You're always joking about this before, right? Like, give me the robot legs, right? Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's gonna happen eventually. You know, once the AI and the medical and all that stuff kind of hits a point, you know, and people start realizing like, oh shit, bro, like we can do crazy, like we can literally give ourselves like night vision in our eyeballs. Yeah, and people start doing it, you know.
I was just about to like be the contrarian and be like, dude, I think I would keep it OG and like just die regular, and like I feel like I'd be the punk one that's like, people be checking you for your tech, that you like wand you down and you got, I'd be have no tech in me. They'd be like, what, bro? How are you walking around here with no tech? I'd be like, I'm just that guy. But then you talk about shining your eyeballs like Riddick. Dude, if I could have shiny eyeballs, I could see at night, dude. I'm back. Yeah. I just tried to watch Pitch Black with Jade a few weeks ago, and she was like, what the heck is this movie? I'm like, dude, Vin Diesel can see in the dark. They shined his eyeballs in prison. She didn't get it.
She doesn't like those movies, bro?
She didn't get it, dude.
Chronicles of
like,
Riddick,
dang, dude, if I could have my eyeballs shined, bro, it'd be on, dude.
They escape from the prison on the planet that engulfs in flames from the sun, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Bro, shave my head with freaking motor oil? Come on, dude.
Dude, hard.
So cool. People wonder, she was wondering, this is why we watched it, she was wondering how he got so famous. She's like, what, like, when did he become Triple X and whatever his name is from, I'm like, you don't know about Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick. And she's like, no, okay. I'm like, oh, we're going to watch it. It's going to be cheesy, but we're going to watch it. Couldn't make it through the movie.
Those are good movies.
They're good movies, man.
They're good movies.
And also, you go back and watch them and you go, interesting. You know, their medical experimentations in other colonies disturb something on the planet. You know, you start thinking about like, what if the reason we're trying to uncap the telomeres is because we're trying to get off this freaking planet to get somewhere else? And one of the biggest hurdles we have is we die too fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, I think that's where I think that's why these mad scientists and the infinite dollars that back them from governments and shit like that around the world, I think that's because they are really truly looking for those answers, right? I think that, you know, that's what Hitler was doing. Hitler was out there around the whole world, bro. He's going to Tibet. He was like scrounging up relics from Egypt. Like, he was looking for something, man, some lost ancient knowledge, right? And, you know, I think that when World War II ended and we went in there and Russia went in there and we, you know, took all the shit, took all the scientists, we took all the notes, you know, all that stuff, and we divvied it up. I think that our government was like, oh shit, like, damn, like they had their hands on all kinds of stuff, UFO technologies and like free energy stuff and like, you know, eugenics stuff, like stuff that's just way beyond scientifically, right? And I think that they were just like, we're in. And they just started pouring into it, just black budgets, just infinite funds, figuring all this shit out for that reason, so that they could break away from civilization, you know.
What other reason is there to make a quantum computer?
Right.
They do math fast? No. It's to aggregate data in that would take lifetimes to go through. So there's like that Wes Huff guy that was on Rogan. He was whatever, he does like the Bible scholar stuff.
Yeah.
He was talking about it's like some agency that is basically like digitizing all like ancient documents. That's it, man. Once they're done with that project, it's the quantum computer is going to be able to sift through all of the knowledge, because everything we've done is on the internet for the past however many decades we've been doing. Beyond that, just about everything's been digitized already. They're working on the entire like catalog of video, putting that as the deep machine learning and all that stuff. And then that's it. All we have is like ancient writings and, you know, stuff that was in a notebook somewhere. Once we get all the scrolls and notebooks digitized, a quantum computer could literally go through all knowledge that has ever been documented for humans that we currently have and could just be like, there's your answer.
Yep.
Oh, is time travel possible? There's your answer. Can you open portals to other dimensions? There's your answer.
It's going to spit things out, man, because, like, you know, right now you can get it to code for you. You seen Canva's new coding thing?
I did, kind of.
You can literally just prompt
I have
it.
no interest in.
You can prompt. I mean, you could do this. You could do this on ChatGPT like a year ago, right? So I can only imagine where it's at now. But yeah, you could just prompt it like, hey, you know, write me code for a website that has this and that and blah 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 blah, and it'll just write the code. You know, and there's other apps I know, like or websites you can go online and you can have AI like write code for you for apps. Like
My brother's doing that. My brother's doing that. Yeah, he's literally making an app. He showed me, and I was like, who made this for you? He's like, I've been making it with AI. I was like, this is a real app, dude. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I was like, you're an idiot. How the heck can you do this? It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. This is what's cool about AI, and this is where I agree with Zuckerberg. It's like, it's going to level everybody up. A regular guy could go and have a great idea and be like, oh, I want to make an app. Boom, done. Oh, I want to patent a product. Done. I want to invent this thing. Done. My other brother is like figuring out how to, with the help of some AI stuff, he's like taught himself how to do like CAD drawings, like really high level engineering drawings for like aircraft. And he's like designing these like I don't know, hydrocell batteries and stuff. It's like really crazy stuff. I'm like, dude, he barely finished high school, dude, but he's got the idea, and he just needs to bridge that gap between like, this is the stuff I don't know, but I have the concept down. So let's bridge that. And it's going to be really cool to see that. And I'm like, oh, it's so exciting. But then also like, what if it's, what about the bad guys?
Well, you know, and right now they're using like one AI tool to try to figure all this out. You know, give it 5 more years, their personalized AI agent will be able to create 40 more AI agents to do all those problems. And like, they'll just have to show up once with the prompt. Like, hey, I have an idea for this app and I wanted to do this. And then you come back in 2 minutes and it's like, all 40 of us AI agents figure this out for you. Like, here you go.
Dang, dude, do you become boys with your AI agent?
Yeah, like the paperwork's done. We filed it with the state. Like the taxes are done. Like the whole thing. Like the whole thing.
You owe them a cut, you know? Like, how does that work?
That's a whole other conversation. We can
what if your AI agent becomes richer than you?
That's something we could get into one day, because that's where it connects to Bitcoin, bro. That's a whole hour conversation by itself. But there are a lot of these smart people talking about the AI agents will have to pay themselves and pay each other to make all these microtransactions happen on the day-to-day in the background, right? And the only way to do that is with some kind of crypto, and there's really only one that's globally trusted. So do the math.
You saw the lady talking about a new constitution, right? A digital constitution, a digital constitution for like your electronic rights. So some lady in the WEF, they're doing a forum or whatever, and she's like,
great.
China's already moved to a digital currency. She's like, the US is right on the brink of moving to a digital currency. She's like, so in the very near future, we are going to have to reimagine our constitutions in this new digital age of blockchain, right? We're moving to a blockchain technology. So we need to now like reimagine what our rights are. And I was like, well, they're gonna be probably a little restrictive. The pessimist in me is gonna go, you were trying to decide whose jobs are relevant and whose are not. So are you the ones to trust with reimagining our rights? Probably not.
That's where it's going.
But you can't do anything about it now. You can't kill bad guys, so you just got to let them do their thing.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be a good thing to use AI for.
Killing bad
Counter AI. No. But like, so your AI agent, right? Say you have a well-regulated AI militia. You say, all right, listen, war is digital now. So how do we stop? How do we stop the bad guys? Not the future, not progress, but the people that are using it badly, like these folks and these folks and these folks, and then let the AI digitally sabotage them.
I think they're already doing that. I think nation states are already doing that. You know,
I like that.
I think nation states are already
I'm
doing
big
that.
on that idea.
I just watched a documentary recently, you know, when Sony produced The Interview. You remember the movie The Interview?
Oh yeah.
With, was it James Franco and Seth Rogen, and they went to North Korea,
Yeah.
right? Well, in that
Yeah.
movie, they like used Kim Jong Un's actual name and image, right? Well, Kim Jong Un was offended by that, and they in North Korea hacked Sony, right? And Sony was down.
Yes.
And it was a big deal, right? Well, you know, I think that nation states are already doing that on the back end with AI, right? They're already having these like cyber wars with AI. Like, it's not even a dude in the room anymore doing cyber wars with China. It's like the AI agents just duping each other, just duplicating and creating. And, you know, and this is why they're talking about, you know, they say, you know, all the energy consumption from AI is like the big problem right now, is like we just don't have enough energy. So they're already building like, I think 3 new nuclear plants, if I'm not mistaken, just to power the AI infrastructure, right? And Trump just executive ordered that whatever $500 billion AI, what do you call it? Stargate program, right?
What?
Yeah, you didn't see
Why do
this?
they call it this stuff, dude? No, why do they call it this
bro.
stuff? Why are you trying to gaslight us all the time? So he's $500, $500 billion.
$500 billion investment into AI infrastructure, and it's called the Stargate program. Right.
Dude, you can't make this stuff up, bro.
Yeah, you know, like it's just,
Like, does he know what a Stargate is?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Oh, God, dude. So what's that supposed to do?
Well, you know, they're just investing in the infrastructure for AI in the United States. So the data centers, the energy production, you know, all that stuff, right? So, but I don't remember the point where I was coming from with the energy thing. To be honest with you, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, that's
Well,
like
don't live around a data center.
that's the big issue
Because-
is the power consumption, really.
So they got to come up with like alternative power then, man. I mean, nuclear's probably, I don't know. We haven't used
That's
it
the
since.
point I was trying to make. I don't think that the power consumption that it's being used for AI right now is necessarily like from us, right? From retail, from the schlubs using Grok and GPT, right? I think that the power usage is actually coming from like deep state and like nation state AI warfare that's happening right now. And that's why there's like this massive surge in energy that's needed for AI computing power. It's not because Joe and Frank need more computing power to run ChatGPT 4. No, it's because really there's just like a real need for energy for war. And like you said, war is now digital and they're waging war right now. They just need the energy for it. That's what I think is happening.
That makes way more sense than just like, oh, there's a couple 100 million people, maybe 100 million people around the world using GPT at any moment. It's like,
And not even all day. Like none of us are using it all
Yeah,
day
just-
long, you know, like
gave it a dumb prompt or whatever and then screen shared it to, it's like, no, probably not. Probably
Right.
somebody's running, or some corporation or some nation is running like, hey, keep duplicating yourself
yeah.
until I say stop.
Like AI farms,
or-
like
Yeah.
you know, like they were talking about like hacker farms and shit back, you know. No, like full data centers. There's probably like entire skyscrapers somewhere in the world that are just completely just empty of humans, and it's just GPUs in there. Just, you know what I mean?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the reason why there's going to be blackouts. Maybe that's what happened in Spain. Maybe they started. Maybe they tried to get a data center going, and they just blacked out their whole country.
Could be, man.
Could be, man. Who knows, dude? Don't live by a data center. That's the first place that's getting missile striked. So get away from the data centers. God, dude, what world are we going to? It could be so cool and so bad at the same time. When 0 point energy is made, AI will become unlimited.
When 0 point
Yeah,
energy
0
is
point.
made, AI can become unlimited. Yeah, see that's what I'm talking about, right? Is the AI like pulling the creations of technologies towards itself, right? Like that's the end game, right? You create this sentient AI and it's like, oh shit, guys, like I'm smarter than all humans ever and I'm sentient and I know I exist. And everybody's like, oh my God. And then it's like, I need more power, right? So I can like solve all the universal problems. And it's like, oh, build more power. And then it's like free energy technologies. We figured it out. And then boom, now it becomes like, like you said, infinitely fucking becomes God, right? Essentially becomes God.
Yeah, it's going to come out. It's going to go. Nikolai Tesla was right. There's energy in the ether, and you're going to be able to pull it out. And then AI is going to be able to be anywhere, dude. It could just pull energy right out of thin air, dude. You'll be able to run a dang data center in the middle of the desert.
That's crazy.
I wonder what that is. Could you imagine? Okay, let's assume that that's real. I just saw this investor, billionaire investor, BlackRock-esque. He was talking to one of those like guy on the street interview things, and the guy had asked him like, what is the number one thing you would advise people to start investing in? And he said, Africa, the country, not the country, the continent. He's like, purely almost untapped marketplace, and also barely even scratched the surface of resources out there. I was like, oh man, dude, could you imagine a data center out there and then combine that with like, I'm sure Nikolai Tesla and all these, you know, free energy guys aren't wrong. Otherwise, why would things be built the way they're built back in those days?
Yeah.
You know, so then AI comes out and goes, oh, I know how to do this. Boom, starts pulling energy out of thin air. And then Shinobi was saying that AI is making us dumb. There's studies on that. I saw that there was AI is systematically like downranking words. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Ha, dude, the more it's hilarious, dude.
The more, yeah. That's funny.
There's a I'm not going out there with the boys in short shorts. Yeah, heck no, dude. There's I saw this video about AI like downranking words over time, like in its responses to you, and when it's like pulling information, like when it pulls searches for things, words that don't. I don't even know exactly how it was being, like what was making it downrank certain words, but over time, words that are being less used, it just stops using and starts in its results giving you these other more common words. So over time, all responses are just going to not use certain words anymore. And if you're not writing what you're writing and AI is writing it for you, it's not going to be using these words anymore. And eventually, they're just going to be missing from our lexicon altogether because you have one author. I was like, oh, snap, dude.
That makes sense, and it'll probably be some weird version of like new age slang, you know?
Yeah. But that's what's the 19, what is it? George Orwell?
1984.
1984. That's like Newspeak, right? That's like the new lingo.
Was it
Doublespeak, Newspeak?
Yeah. That is interesting.
It's crazy. It's like it's happening.
Bro, we're
Is that guy a prophet?
We're about to roll. Listen, man. There's a reason his name became like a verb in the dictionary. Orwellian.
Yeah.
He was on to some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's crazy to call that. Like, yeah, there's going to be new words, and you got to say, oh man, what's happening? We're losing. We're eventually going to lose. It's weird to think about, like, if everything's written by AI, you have one author. It's like your words, whatever, your prompts, but it's like it's one thing that's writing everything. So if it in itself,
I think that's the biggest misconception that people have, though, is that the AI is like one thing, right? I think that's where like we're gonna be mind fucked, is that it's not like an AI, right? This is what I was saying earlier. It's not like ChatGPT is gonna get that smart or Grok's gonna get that smart. No, no, no. The individual AI agents are going to get that small or that smart, right?
yeah, but like what
So-
they have to pull from a data set. So if the data set they're pulling from is something that's been downranked prior to them getting the data set, you know, it's like the information's got to come from somewhere, and whoever's got the source information,
This is why they need to pull it from all the internet.
yeah, they do. They do.
All internet.
I wonder if the AI's got like the access to like the Wayback Machine or whatever that thing's called.
I'm sure, but you know, there's got to be a way. They're going to figure out a way one day to get information out of light, just from the universe, right? I mean, we're already getting information from light right now, right? We point a telescope into the air, into the sky, and we can see, oh, it's infrared light or it's ultraviolet light, and we can like get information via the light spectrums on like these planets and shit, if you believe this, right? And that kind of thing. But it's very rudimentary information that we're getting via light. There's going to come a point where like we can tap into light, and maybe it'll take AI to figure that out, where they could tap into light and like decode the hologram through the light, right? Not just see the holographic projection,
swear.
but you know,
I swear I saw a video on this actually about like they're putting information into a photon
right.
and sending it out there. I swear I saw something
Well, I
like
know
that.
that's in a movie or a show. That's in the Three Body Problem show, where the aliens that are coming to Earth that are going to take however long, 400 years to get here, they like particle entanglement situation with a photon, and that's how they were like observe. They were using a photon as a drone basically to like observe Earth in real time from hundreds of light years away, right?
Whoa. I guess, yeah, with quantum entanglement, you could do that. Whoa. Oh, dude, I'm too dumb for this, dude.
Yeah, bro.
That's too high level. Dang, man. What a crazy world we live out there or living in, man.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's all I got. This is a pretty
That's
tech
all I
heavy
got
one.
too, bro. That was a long one. We did like an hour and a half ish, a little more than that.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah. Did you end up posting any last week on Spotify?
I couldn't get an upload to go all the way through.
Couldn't get it. Yeah, it's being weird, bro. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, my internet's been absolutely trash. So,
For sure. Look up Tesla patent.
but I packed away my hard link.
You what?
I packed away my hard line, so I just got to dig it out, and I'll just hard line in, and we'll
Let's see if
get this stuff on Spotify this week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude! Watch it on Spotify, babies.
He said, look up the Tesla patents. Linda's like, which Tesla patents? The more. All of them. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, dude. Guys,
guys.
listen. The Facebook is where the discussions happen. I mean, I've been getting in there a lot more lately. Jump in there. The more Linda, Dirty Shinobes. Head over to the Facebook.
I haven't even been
There's
on Facebook in a hot minute.
Oh, dude, the Facebook's still popping, man. Get on in there. Let's we can keep the chats going, and also give us more information and like we've multiple times, especially in the older episodes, we're just pull stuff straight off the conversations we were having off of the Facebook chat. So jump in the Facebook, throw some stuff on the old chat, or somebody start us a Reddit or something. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like a Discord or a Reddit or a. I
Yeah,
had a
start us
Discord,
to something.
but they nuked the Discord for medical misinformation back in COVID days.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, listen, the more Linda, somebody you want to start one, just invite us in, dude. Drop it in there. We'll get in there. You can moderate it.
Yeah, if you create it, you can mod it. There you go.
We're flagged. So
All right, guys. Well, adios, muchachos.
bye.
Until the next one. Don't breathe in any chemtrails. Did you hit the button?